Okay, so this game, before I really get into it, I'm going to tell you right now this game has a lot of flashing lights. If that's an issue for you, do not watch this. Fighting game, and I think that is a disservice to it. This game is fun. It's super fun to just mess around in this game casually or in training mode because this game is not finished. You will find unintended behavior. You will find something insane and unbalanced. You will find a bug. It's common. It's great. I cannot emphasize how much fun it is to just play this game casually. Competitively, this game probably sucks. But I think it's interesting either way, and I want to talk about it. So I'm going to. The other thing I'd like to say before this is that this game does not have a whole lot of English language information about it. There is a lot of YouTube videos, but most of them are like purely based around the concept, to be honest. There is one combo video, though. I will have it linked in the description. I think it's interesting. I got some stuff from that I didn't think of, so that's cool. There's also a move list included with the game. This is very helpful, but it does have its limitations because it is not entirely correct. There are moves that are just not on the move list, and I've got a couple of those. One I have footage of, one I don't. There is a move that is on the move list that doesn't appear to exist, and there are moves that just have wrong buttons or wrong inputs. So you're going to have to bear with me on that a little. There was probably things about this game that I have missed. I'm almost certain of it, in fact. I've done my best, but it's not perfect. I feel like before I really start, I should probably explain how I'm structuring this. I'm going to start by talking about all the game's mechanics, and then I'm going to go through the characters one by one and talk about them. I'll talk about their specials, their supers, normals, throws, kind of everything. Some of it's going to have more than others. Generally, there's going to be more information about specials and supers than there is normals and throws. But some of the characters do have very unique things about their throws or normals that I will talk about more in depth. While I'm monitor capturing, I might as well also show you the easiest way to crash the game. Starts in the other monitor, 1 second. And that is by doing this. The game won't work now. Didn't crash that time, but if you exit, you'll see it encounters an issue. What's happening here is you're mashing through to the menu and selecting an option before the title screen happens. There's a really, really easy way around this, and that's just waiting. It's a really, really simple thing, but it's something you'll encounter if you're impatient and you aren't looking for it. So, yeah, you can see I've got the options up now. This is what happened. I pressed one of them, but now that it's at the title screen, more often than not, it will still sometimes crash. You can just go through to character select. I figured I might as well spend like a minute talking about Fighter Maker 95 since I don't think a lot of people watching this will have much familiarity with the engine. Up here is where you map your controls in the keyboard and joystick section. If you want to actually use a joystick, you have to go into the option menu and click joystick. Also in this menu is FPS, is hitboxes, is audio options, and where you change the stage. I'm just going to warn you, Graveyard down here will crash the game if you try to play on it. It doesn't work. Also in this menu is the window size and full screen. This full screen option is kind of jank. Personally, I just recommend using this over here. The final little bit of like sort of quality of life things is how you select colors. How you select the color is in character select here, you press up. There's 3 options. You got this guy, you got this guy, you got that guy. For example, this is just Valjean. Every character's got 3. Usually there's not a whole lot of distinct variation, but you get the idea. And the color will persist. See, I'm a normal color here. I'm a normal color here, but if I go there, boom, boom. The color change will persist across characters if you change. Final little housekeeping note thing is that there isn't going to be any game audio for this because when you tab out to rename it so you know what the audio you just recorded is, the game audio will just stop working sometimes. So I made the choice to just mute everything rather than have it be inconsistent or have to just constantly restart, which can sometimes be very annoying. One thing I feel like I should mention is that inputs in this game are sometimes kind of difficult for no reason. These 2 characters are, I think, the worst offenders in that regard. They both have some moves that are hard to do for no reason, with Eponine having a move I do not have footage of because I have done it quite literally a single time. So as a result of this, you are going to see some input errors. I've done my best to make as few of them as possible, but they're still going to creep through because sometimes I'm doing this with one hand, for example, if I'm trying to make someone jump or crouch or whatever. Arm Joe is a 4-button fighting game. You have light punch, you have heavy punch, you have light kick, and you have heavy kick. You'll see I have the hitboxes on, and you will probably notice that they are different colors. Just a quick guide for that. Red is a mid, yellow is a low, pinkish purple, really, is an overhead, blue is hurt boxes, and green is invincibility. One notable general thing about heavies in this game is that they wall bounce. This is not a universal thing, and in the corner, not always, it's kind of weird. They will sometimes stick to the wall. It's more pronounced with launcher normals, which most characters have. You see that there? You launch and then you relaunch. Mid-screen, you would have been able to relaunch, but there they just kind of slump. It's kind of a weird property, and it takes some getting used to. I didn't really choose the best example for this, but it limits combos in the corner generally and makes damage worse there a little bit. It's still very good. One very important detail about air moves in this game is that, with exactly one exception, they are all mids. As a result, overheads are extremely rare in this game. I didn't write down the exact number. I'll put it on screen here, but I believe it's in the single digits. I'll be talking about literally every single overhead in the game because it is a unique trait. There are some characters, such as Valjean on the right, for example, who just do not have an overhead. Okay. Also, this game has throws. It's forward or back plus a heavy. Depends on the character. You can tech them by pressing forward. I'm probably not going to be able to get this because I'm trying to do this with 2 hands real quick. Throwing one tech with the other. Yeah, I'm not getting it. What happens is you just throw them back. You take their throw attempt and turn it into your throw. At the bottom of the screen, you will see super meter. It's pretty much a standard super meter. You can build super by whiffing buttons or landing stuff. So if you do something like this, boom, you'll have super. Supers do actually build super. So if you do, that's not the right button, something like this, you'll see that super built super bar, and then it drained back at the end. I don't know why it did that, but it does that. There's also shining mode, which is done by pressing both heavies. This is an activation hitbox, and it instantly gives you full meter. You can store however many bars as your highest cost super. So You can see here, Andorlus has 2 bars because his highest cost super is 2. Police has 5 bars because his highest cost super is 5. You can only do Shining Mode once per game. I'll show you when I die and go to the next round. See, I'm pressing both heavies here. Nothing is coming out. I can't do it because I used it in the first round. Shining Mode, it's worth noting, will refill your super bar if you spend it, so it's just meter you can keep even if you go into the next round. It's pretty strong. One little mechanic this game does have is the universal low. This OTGs and knocks down on hit. It's not that interesting, to be honest, but it is a system, so I feel like I should mention it. Movement in this game is fairly simple. You have the standard options of jump and walk, and also a dash. Not universally, but many dashes in this game, both forward and back, will have some invincibility. If you are really good with your eyes, you can see that Javert's hitbox blinks green here. That is the invincibility. The presence and amount of invincibility is very dependent on the character. Some characters will have none, some characters will have a fair bit. Finally, walking in this game is actually really interesting in one regard, because you can, like, do this. This is just mashing the button on holding a direction. What I think might be happening is you're canceling the startup of a walk into a normal and you go forward or back a little. This is extremely exploitable. You can get infinites because of this. You can get touch of deaths because of this. It's very strong. And if you're curious about how it interacts with command normals, there's exactly 2 in the game. And it just kind of doesn't, if it's, they're both forward command normals, and what it does is basically mean you can't do a back input and do the command normal to move backward while you're doing them. For the most part, blocking in this game is pretty simple. You block low against lows, you block high against overheads. That's the way it works in pretty much every game. There is chip damage on block, but it's not really consistent. As you can see, not every hit's doing it. There is also air blocking. This does not defend against ground attacks, but it does defend against air attacks. Armjo's main defensive mechanic is this parry thing. You do it by pressing forward while blocking. It works on any hit, anything that hits your block, so it won't work on unblockable or a throw. But it's the same input as teching a throw anyway, so this feels like it's just a built-in option select. It's pretty riskless, and if it does hit you, you do get a combo depending on the character and screen position, so it's very strong. Armjo has this one really weird mechanic where if you press down after being hit by a single jab, if I changed it so it didn't work, you can do this. Like I showed there, this doesn't work if you chain, and if you're crouching and already pressing down, the input is instead up. This is a very weird defensive mechanic, and I don't know how good it is. If you're in the corner, it instead just pushes your opponent full screen and looks really weird. Javert was originally first because I thought he was the most boring character in the game. I have since changed my mind. Just kind of basic overview. His throw is terrible. His not fast either, as you can see. It just kind of resets you to neutral from anywhere on screen, puts your opponent in the corner. Button-wise, this is disjointed. So he does have an okay jump in that regard. This is a pretty quick launcher. This move has a weird looking hurt box and very few active frames, so it can whiff. And he's got this overhead, which is actually honestly maybe one of the best overheads in the game. It's an advancing button even without doing the walk tech, and it leads to an infinite. It's part of an infinite. This is very easy and very forgiving. You just mash light punch and light kick, preferably in alternating order, but it's not necessary. It will not drop always if it's not. And if you drop it, then you've got this low. And you can do a 50-50 that is not reactable and convert into something else. Javert also has a couple of weird defensive things going on. When he gets hit by a heavy that wall crushes or launches, or wall bounces or launches, he does that weird jump back. He is not invincible during that. So there are ways to unblockable him for hitting an attack on block. It's weird, it's dumb, and it is super character specific. The other thing is Javert cannot stick to the wall. This is something every other character can do. This quite literally only serves to make him more susceptible to combos in some situations and less in others. On most characters, this, for example, is a much longer combo on them because they will stick to the wall after they go up. But on Javert, you only get 1 or 2 reps. Javert is also this game's Rekka character. He has this. It is a single hit Rekka. There is a follow-up. It is the same motion, and it is a wall bounce. This does have invincibility for some reason when he sways back, like right at the front. So it probably has some defensive utility. Javert also has a weird low attack. It is a disjointed low that uses pretty much the same animation as his sweep. And if you press down during the startup, you get an overhead instead. Well, since Javert has a charge move, I'm going to talk about charge moves now. Charge moves in this game are a little weird. First off, you can only charge by holding the direction that the move is. So that's the move. He throws a police officer and he captures you, and then you can go in and do stuff. You can only charge in the direction that you are supposed to be charging. So for back charge like this, you can only charge with straight back. You can't charge with down back no matter how hard you try. Second up, you can't do what you can do in a lot of other games, which is hold back and forward and still have charge. Because if you hold back and forward, you get forward. But you keep the charge for a weirdly long time after you get it, but I don't think it's terribly consistent. Javert also has what is probably the single worst special move in the game. It has some invincibility on startup, but it knocks him down on hit. It has horrible tracking and limited range. It's slow and very easy to react to. And quite frankly, a lot of the cast can just move out of the way. There is no reason to do this ever. Javert also has this parry. If I can get it again. It wall bounces on hit. It works on long limbs, as you saw there. You get a combo off of it. Against some characters, this is just death if it hits. Javert's level 1, he has a singular one, is Gill's Meteors. This does knock down. I am pretty sure you can combo after it, though. I don't know how. Also, it can crash the game. I thought it was if you just did it against Cosette. I tested that right before this. It does not appear that is the case. This is Javert's level 3. I'm just going to let it speak for itself. The number of hits is incredibly variable. On the last take of this, I got like 200. On this one, I got 400. He does have an active hurt box during this, so you can, like, if it's blocked, parry, but that's only if the spacing works. This is essentially just a timer scam move, because it lasts like 20 seconds. Endureless is kind of meant to be this game's zoner. It's got pretty decent set of buttons. This is a crouching jab. It's very disjointed. Standing heavy kick, or it's crouching heavy kick actually. Very big. He does have some jank. You can dash cancel his standing heavy punch. It's kind of hard to do, but you can link you can link a jab. You can do that and loop it a few times. You can also cancel a standing heavy kick into itself. It's also kind of hard to do. You also are pairing this with a launching throw. It's on kick. This gives him pretty decent combo game. He doesn't have an overhead, so he is pretty much forced into strike throw, but at the least he has a pretty good throw. Okay, so I'm doing a real quick thing because I think I discovered two things about Androros. One, he has a back throw. I somehow didn't ever test this. Yeah. And two, I think I figured out how his heavy kick canceling thing works. You can dash cancel it, by the way. But how it works is the first one, and then you mash forward or back heavy kick. So you can do this. I just discovered this, by the way. That was my first time doing it. I didn't even know that worked. And Androros is also the first character of 2 with an air throw. Both air throws in this game, I'm just going to talk about this now, are actually unblockables. See that white hitbox? That means unblockable. You can combo into this, or you can use it as a mix-up. This is definitely the worst air throw, for reasons that will become obvious when we get to the character that has the other air throw. It's not bad. You can whiff it pretty quick and just have an unblockable hitbox, which, okay. And you can do something like that. Quick combo end in that. And Androros has a meter charge. If you hold A, it looks a little jank. But I don't think it's very good, because you can just do this and you will build meter. And Androros' first special move is a gunshot. This can hit multiple times. It's kind of weird. You have to do it like point blank because the muzzle has a hitbox and then the bullet has a hitbox. It can hit multiple times as a projectile sometimes. Androros also has another projectile. It's this. It's a multi-hit body drop projectile. This is not homing. It's set distance. There is a hitbox on the bullet. It's very quick, so you can probably use this as an anti-air. Androros also has this weird charge move. It's very active, and it does have a low in it. It hits. It pushes him really far back. Androros also has these up kicks. They are just kind of combo tools. They don't work in the corner, but you get something after it, like that. Androros has 2 supers. Oh, I used the wrong button. No wonder it didn't work. It's just kind of that big single hit combo ender. Androros also has a level 2. It is just kind of a big combo thing. It's pretty much the same thing, but bigger. That air throw at the end, he does that on his own. It leaves you full screen, so you can set up fireballs, I guess. Okay. Eponine also has a pretty interesting set of normals. This is her standing heavy kick. It's pretty bad. It's like slow. It doesn't natural combo on a Gatling. It's not good. Don't use this move. It moves her forward a little bit. Oh, you saw the charge move there. Yeah, but she's also got this. This is a very disjointed low. It can be kind of hard to do, but it combos into itself. Her jab is 2 hits. She's generally got this really, really low to the ground slide. It's pretty nice. This move is good. This move is good. They're both really, really active to give you nice combos. Air moves, they're kind of whatever. They're mostly elevated by her very good air movement. Also, because I forgot, she's got a really good dash. It's really invincible. It's very big. If you do a throw, you can dash up and be right in their face. You might be able to do a throw loop with this. I'm not entirely sure. Eponine's main feature is her air movement. She's got what I can only really describe as Smash-style air movement. It does run into some weird stuff. Let me see if I can make it happen. Yeah, you see there, it can run into some weird stuff when it interacts with a character and their position. Other strange stuff about this is that you cannot press a button unless if you are moving in the air, if you have changing your angle. If you change your angle, you're fine, but while you're currently doing it, you can't. You can augment this with a triple up to just hang there, and yes, you can do this instantly. If jumping attacks were overheads, this would be insane, but they aren't, so it's probably fine. And she's also got a dive kick. It's whatever, and she has another dive kick that goes straight down. However, the input is comically hard. I've only ever done it once, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. One kind of weird thing about Eponine's jump that I forgot to mention is that she can do like a weird jump cancel. I have no idea if this serves any purpose. You see that cloud behind her? That's what happens when you jump. Eponine's also got these bombs. They seem okay. You can have a bunch of them on screen at once, but this game can be pretty fast-paced with some of the characters, so I don't know how good they are. Bombs are not Eponine's only charged super. She's also got this. She throws a nail and it explodes. I think this move is much better. It doesn't have a hitbox on the lightning, which is kind of weird. You can sort of set this up after a throw. It's not something I'm good at, but you can do that, kind of. These kind of play the same role as bombs, so you can like throw a bomb and then throw a nail, and then they kind of cover space together. Eponine also has my favorite special move in the game, this smoke bomb. I don't think it's very good because basically it hides the opponent and not you. It is huge, as you can see, and you can do one while it's already on the screen, so you can just kind of keep putting out smoke if you really want to for whatever reason. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. Eponine also holds the very dubious honor of having the worst overheads in the game. This double up kick special, there's two of them, light and heavy, neither is terribly good. They can cross up. Let me see. You can't show it because it's in the corner, but that can happen, which is a use, I guess. But even then, they aren't consistent. The second hit can whiff. Eponine's last special move is this. It's a wall kick. The heavy version launches. It's whatever. You might be able to use it as a combo ender, but it's extremely inconsistent mid-screen. They have to be near a wall in order to land this move, so it's pretty situational at best. It's not terribly good. Eponine's level 1 is a charge super, and it is maybe the finickiest charge super I know of. I didn't get it there. It is extremely difficult to actually do for pretty much no reason. What it is, if I don't get it here, is it's a bunch of hits that ends in a wall bounce. It's pretty uninteresting. The difficulty is by far the most notable thing about it. Eponine's level 3 is a very silly move. I don't know if it's instant, but it is definitely very invincible because it removes her hurt box. But this move just does a million hits, and then at around 96, this happens. You can hit them out of this, but this is also a very potentially funny win con, because there is nothing. This is me mashing on the movements, and this is me mashing on the buttons for player 2. There is nothing they can do. You get a combo, though. So, you can do stuff. It is worth noting that Eponine does have a super that is on the move list. I have never done it, I have never been able to do it, and I have never seen footage of it. And I have looked. There's not a lot on this game, but there's nothing on this super. It's double quarter circle back heavy punch, and it doesn't seem to exist, or is bugged. I don't know what it does. I'm not discounting the fact that it isn't just absurdly hard to do. Eponine already has a couple of moves like that, but it does not appear to exist, and I don't have anything on it. Thénardier is this game's version of a puppet character, and by puppet character, I mean floating hitbox character. Whenever he presses jab, jumping or standing, which you're going to be pressing these a lot, they are very good. They are very quick, huge attacks. His wife just is a floating hitbox. You can control this by moving. Yeah. And it doesn't work with dashes, which is fine, because he has really good ones. This is grounded dash. This pairs super nicely with his wall bouncing throws and his air dash. Air dashes in this game, they are angled with the direction you're going. So if you air dash while you're heading up, you're going to go up. And if you air dash while you're going down, you're going to go down. You can air dash as many times as you can in the air, which for Thénardier is usually going to be 2, although you can probably get it more if you get up high. One thing that occurred to me and I forgot to mention was any normal besides jab. Yes, this move is really stupid, both in the ground and in the air, but he has a bunch of other really interesting tools as well. He's got this guy, jumping heavy punch. You can use it to cut your jump short. It is a multi-hit attack that knocks down, and you can do stuff like that. He's also got this guy, jumping heavy kick, which is just a lingering hitbox. He's got 2 overheads, this, standing heavy kick, and crouching heavy punch. And finally, he's got a full screen low and crouching heavy kick. Thénardier also has a handful of specials, 4 to be exact, and 1 super that manipulate his wife and her positioning. There's this guy. They all have that tongue hitbox, and it's pretty good, actually. There's this guy, where she goes back. There's this guy, where she goes forward. You can actually cancel this guy into that guy. They all multi-hit sometimes, except that one. And then there's wife DP, which, if I can get it, is just a knockdown. Finally, there's wife super. This is just a big disjointed hitbox. They all are just big disjointed hitboxes. They're good. This one especially, you can just kind of tack onto the end of a combo for more damage if the positioning is right. Thénardier also has a couple other space control tools. He has this really bad bird projectile, and there's 2 versions of it. And he's got this low bear trap. It's pretty good because you can pair it with his overheads, and you can set it up after a wall bounce for a pretty annoying situation because he can side switch there. This is Thénardier's last special move. It seems really bad, but it's actually a really good combo ender because you get stuff like that, and it does absurd damage. It's completely useless outside of anti-airing or combos, but in those situations, it's actually pretty decent. I feel like I should also mention that this character has a move that is on the move list but does not appear to be in the game. It is quarter circle back and light punch. Thénardier's level 1 turns him into a ball, and then you roll a lot, and there is an overhead at the end. Finally, Thénardier has a mildly interesting level 3. It's just that. I whiffed it, but nothing changes if it hits. It's just that single hit. It's unblockable, and it does a lot of damage. Gameplay-wise, Valjean is very simple. He's slow, doesn't have good mobility. His dashes don't have a lot of invincibility. But he has one standout trait. That's 2 normals. It did like 30%. This tackle is going to kill. This character does absurd damage. He can TOD you. What you saw in that clip at the end was Valjean's tackle. This does absurd damage, especially the heavy one. You can combo into it pretty easily from a wall bounce, and it's got a really weird hurt box also. Valjean also has this weird disjointed parry move, where Cosette comes out, and it's not invincible on startup fully, as you can see, but it is an invincible parry if I press an actual attack move. You'll see it's a single, well, 2-hit wall bounce. Valjean also has this fireball. It's a generic fireball that you can use as a fireball. A bit more importantly than tackle, probably, is this move. This advancing kick. It's got, I think, a little bit of invincibility on startup, The light one has like no recovery, so that's fun. Let's get him out of the corner. And the heavy one doesn't work in the corner, so I had to do that. Gives you a launch. Now, what I did there is like an extremely unoptimal combo. You can loop this. Earlier I said that there's only one down charge move in the game. I was wrong. There are two. This is the one I forgot about because it's very forgettable. It's an anti-air grab. Valjean's first super is this super tackle. It has a hitbox on his head for some reason. I don't know why. It's basically his normal tackle, but it does more damage and costs meter. It's useful if you want to kill them faster. Valjean's level 2 is this command grab. It's got deceptively large range. It does do this and you get a combo, but it's kind of a bad one. As you can see there, the crouching heavy whiffed. You can get the anti-air grab off of this. And Valjean's level 3 is this big punch attack. It's hard to explain them, but this travels full screen in like an instant and you get a combo off of it. So it's pretty good. Robojean's normals aren't good. They generally kind of all follow a trend, which is that they are slow zoning tools that don't do a lot for him. Like, this is his good move. It's fast. It hits low. He's also got a jumping low. It's also fast and hits low. You've got this move. It's really slow. I'm jumping as soon as I can. You've got this move. It has horrible recovery. I'm jumping as soon as I can. You've got this move. I am jumping as soon as I can. You are committing to that. I think you might be able to jump that on reaction with several part members of the cast, or just dash through it, because forward dashes have invincibility. One of the most obviously bad things about Robojean is his movement. His forward walk is okay, I guess, but his back walk is bad. Look at how slow that is. His dashes don't fare much better. They are also very slow teleport dashes. The first of Robojean's 2 special moves are his tackles. That's the light one, and this is the heavy one. The heavy one is his only source of a wall bounce. These are not great moves. They're pretty much just movement tools, specifically the light one. You can maybe use the heavy one in some punishes, but you cannot combo into either of these, so they're very limited. Robojean's second special move is his lightning bolts. These are just huge static things that he can throw on the screen. There is a medium and a far range one. They knock down on hit. They are pretty nice for space control. Robojean's first super is on a finicky triple down input. It does a bunch of lightning bolts. This fills a pretty big part of the screen. At the very far edge, you get less hits. The closer you are to him, the more hits you get. Robojean's other level 1, though, is maybe the worst super in the game. It is a slow attack with a horrible hitbox that is comically easy to avoid. You either get point blank and punish him because there is no hitbox point blank, or you just crouch it and he's wasted a bar. This move is horrible. Robojean's level 2 is a very funny move. It's a bunch of unblockables. He's fully invincible during it, and at the end there's a big unblockable. This kills you if it hits, but if it whiffs, it kills him. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that training mode is Robojean, and yeah, there are actually differences between them, so I'm going to talk about them right now. There are 3 main differences between the training mode version of Robojean and the playable character version. The first is that training mode completely lacks the missile super, the one that you can just duck or get close to him and it won't hit you. Training mode does not have that. Second is that heavy tackle doesn't wall bounce, it just knocks down. And the third is that the lightning bolts are not knockdowns, and they are instead combo tools, because you can get a little something off of them. And this does apply to the super as well. As a character, Marius is quite literally unfinished. He completely lacks crouching lights and his standing lights, which this move would be really good if you could, but you can't press it while walking. So you have to stop what you're doing and press neutral to do it. It's kind of awkward. He does have this command normal, which has no hurt box once the active frames start, I think, but it is paired on a character with horrible dashes. His forward dash is slow and has no invincibility, and his back dash also has no invincibility. And to top it all off, his throws reset to neutral. Marius has a DP. It's got two versions. That's the light one. This is the heavy one. It is a single hit, and it is just kind of the most generic DP imaginable, which means it's the worst DP in the game by far. Marius also has this 100 hand slap. There's light, which is an upward version, and heavy, which is a overhead. This is just kind of combo filler. You can combo this into stuff. It grounds them if you're in the air, but you could do something like that and get a combo after. Marius also has this meter charge move. There may be some tech with this. I think you can use it to cancel some things. But in general, I think it's probably worse than just pressing light kick because there's a hitbox out there if you do that, and there isn't if you do this. Marius also has a couple of projectiles. This is the heavy one. It's a set distance projectile that knocks down. It's a pretty good knockdown. And this is the light one. It is a contender for the worst move in the game. It is an extremely reactable projectile. I think you can probably punish this on reaction with most characters. It's terrible. Marius also has two fast special moves. They share a gimmick, but otherwise aren't that interesting. It's this guy and this guy. The gimmick is that with the heavy versions, you can hold forward at the end of the input to delay it, and he goes into this weird run, and then when you let go forward, he does it. Marius has two level 1s. Neither of them is particularly great, but this one is one of the worst in the game. You cannot do anything about that run. He is not invincible during that run. You can just hit him out of this super pretty much for free. I don't even think he can combo into it. His other one is much better. It's got a dead zone at the beginning, but that's an improvement. And it pretty much just carries you to the corner from most anywhere. Not fully anywhere, but it'll get you close. By far, Marius' best feature is his level 3. This is a big, full-screen, unblockable projectile super that does a lot of hits. You can combo off of it in certain situations, too. I have gotten it so the waves go the other way and suck the opponent in, but I cannot tell you how I did that, so I don't know how, but it is possible. Cosette is a character blessed with a long list of good traits. Good walk speed, good dash, good throw, good lights, they're quick. Her light kick has some pretty decent lows. Heavy punch is an overhead, and also all of her heavies are disjointed and safe on block because Valjean does his after hers. This is extremely good for obvious reasons because, you know, you can just block something and then she is far away and safe. By far, Cosette's funniest move is this. It's her wall jump. You can do this infinitely. Now, this is a gimmick. If you walk forward, it goes away. But, you may be curious, does this work on both sides of the screen? No. No, it does not. You see, I do it here. Happens twice, I go there. I don't know why it's like this, but it is. Cosette has a pretty good projectile. It's this. This hits multiple times on block, which pretty much gives you a free way in. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit this. It didn't. But if he had side switched there, it would have tracked to his new side and looked very funny. Cosette also has this parry. There are two versions of it, but they're pretty much identical. And what it does is it just slams them into the ground and gives you an okay knockdown. Cosette also has this anti-air command grab. It's pretty much just an anti-air tool. You can use it as a combo ender as well. It gives you an okay knockdown. Cosette also has a pair of DPs. These are pretty standard. They're invincible, and they're big. But there's one kind of jank thing about heavy DP in the corner, which is that you can wall jump cancel it. Cosette has two of the driest special moves in the game as well. Her dash punches. This is the light one. It's quick and might have some utility as a poke. And her heavy one is slow and changes sides on hit. Cosette's first super is a play on her projectile. Throws Valjean, and he suplexes you, and you can get a very small combo off of this. It's nothing crazy. Cosette's level 3 is a time stop. You may recognize this from Will It Kill. This does instantly kill you because you can just press heavy and you die. It's pretty good. It's a command grab. It's got pretty good range. This is Police. He is this game's Shoto. He's one of the most freeform and fun characters in the game, and also very broken. He has this overhead. It's not great, but he's got this dash. It's not invincible, but you can act out of it. So you can just kind of run at you anywhere. This is helped by this. And, you can convert using that dash into basically anything. I dropped it, but you could have gotten more there. He has an infinite. This doesn't work universally. It doesn't work on Javert because of the wall stick. And I dropped it, but you get the idea. Yeah, this character just kind of runs at you, then he hits you or throws you and converts that to death. Being a Shoto, Police, of course, has fireballs. That's light, and this is heavy. Heavy knocks down. You can do these in the air, but it is hard because it is really specific. Yeah, there, I got it. You can only do it at a certain height for some reason. I don't think this is intended, but you can do it. Police has DPs. These are fully invincible, have good corner carry on the heavy one, and you can combo off of them. Instead of a conventional Tatsu, Police has elements of dash punch characters like Balrog. He's got this. It's a charge move. It wall bounces. It's okay. And this, which is a low that knocks down. Both of these are generally outclassed by other moves he's got, but they're things he can do. Police also has this. Oh, come on. It's pretty much just another wall bounce. It's his coolest looking wall bounce, and it does that weird teleport thing in the corner. But other than that, it's not all that interesting. Police has two command grabs. The first one is an anti-air command grab that spikes them down. The second is this guy. It only works on opponents that are crouching or knocked down and functions as an OTG or a command grab depending on the situation. Police's first super is this. It's just a fireball super. One of them knocks down and I don't think it's supposed to, and the last couple hit meaty. This fireball super is his only level 1, but he does have a level 2. It's this super. The second hit can whiff. It does have a weird overhead in there. It's just kind of a big invincible super that you can combo off of. It's good, but it's probably not going to be what you want to use your meter on. Police has 2 level 5s. This is the first one. It's a big hit that then you get a bunch of unblockable hitboxes, and then you can hit them, and then they're frozen at the end, and you die. It's pretty alright. I'm just gonna let Police's other level 5 speak for itself. It's a raging demon that instantly kills you. This is Pon Pon, the last of the non-boss characters on the roster, and a stuffed rabbit. This means Pon Pon is very small and can use that size to avoid things. In terms of movement, Pon Pon has slow, uninvincible ground dashes. They aren't very good. And an air dash that is pretty good because you can do a lot of them. In terms of normals, Pon Pon has big sim-ish normals, but because Pon Pon is so small, they just kind of average out to being about the same size as the rest of the casts. By far the most interesting thing about Pon Pon, though, is what happens when you try to do a throw. Pon Pon also has an air throw. This is not actually a throw. You can see it when I'm mashing it there. You can whiff it, unlike every other throw in the game. But this is just a huge unblockable. It's a huge lightning fast, spammable, unblockable. This is strong for frankly obvious reasons. And you can get into situations like this where you just kind of gotta take it a few times. It's very dumb. One other very notable thing about Pon Pon is because of how Pon Pon takes air hits, it is absurdly easy to juggle Pon Pon. So you can just do stuff like this. This is an infinite. It dropped there, but you can't air block grounded normals, so you just die anyway on the reset. Pon Pon's second most defining move is this baby summon. It summons a baby. This is what the baby does if you do light. If you press a heavy, baby does that. When you throw, baby adds a side switching second hit. One thing that's nice that this does is in the corner, you can kind of do this mid-screen, but it's much harder. You get a pathetically easy infinite. Pon Pon has this punch rush special. It's got overheads in it, and while you can't combo off of it, I'm pretty sure you get a guaranteed unblockable, so it's probably okay. Pon Pon can also teleport. This is a set distance teleport. I think you can act pretty much immediately out of it. It's pretty good and is probably Pon Pon's best ground movement tool, considering Pon Pon's dash kind of sucks. It's a nice supplement to air dash. Pon Pon's last special move is a down charge input, and it is this. Charging is a little long, but it has Pon Pon turn into a weight. The weight part is invincible, the head is not. It's got a massive hitbox. It hits mid, and it gives a really good knockdown. It's a pretty decent combo ender if you can route into it. Pon Pon's first super is one of the best in the game. It's this big ball. Super active, and because he is an unblockable, he can do stuff like this, and you can't do much of anything about it. It's very, very dumb. Pon Pon's level 2 has Pon Pon transform into a car. This is fully invincible and hits overhead. You can't combo off of it, though. Pon Pon's level 3 is a fully invincible, lightning fast attack that rockets across the screen. It hits an absurd amount of times and launches. Last, but certainly not least, we have Judgment. He is this game's boss character, and he is very dumb. Judgment has the following. This jab, it's huge. This sweep, it has like no whiff recovery and knocks down on hit. This is an overhead. This throw, very good. Can change his crouching hurtbox. This air normal, it's the only one he has. It's extremely hard to contest. Dashes don't have any hurt boxes. And he can counter most heavies and throws, which will just break him out of combos or, act as a free tech. This only works on wall bouncing heavies, so something like this is not affected, but you still get that weird visual noise from the clones. Just a couple of quick addenda to that I forgot to mention. He does have one command normal. It's this. It's a big poke. The other thing is more of a silly gimmick. If you hold forward and jab at point blank range, you switch sides. Judgment also has a pair of teleports. There is a light and a heavy version. They go different distances. There is no hurt box on them, and you can do them again in the air after you miss or land it. They are very stupid. Judgment's second special move is this guy. It's just a disjointed punch rush attack that launches at the end. It's not terribly interesting. Judgment also has this rock move. I think this is probably a pretty good poke or Oki tool. If you thought that one teleport was the only one Judgment had, don't worry, he's got another. Judgment also has this really weird move where he does his heavy punch multiple times. I think this is just straight up worse than his normal heavy punch because it's harder to convert into and sort of inconsistent in the number of hits it does. Sometimes it does 2, sometimes it does 3, and I'm not sure why. Judgment's final special move is this big disjointed launcher. It's pretty good. Judgment also has 2 moves I refer to in my notes as fake supers because they have like the super screen flash and they don't actually cost anything because he has no super bar. That is the first one. It's just a big projectile. You can combo out of it pretty easily. Judgment's second fake super is this guy. It is just kind of a Raging Demon-esque move. You can have it so only the first hit hits, and then this last hit will teleport you to him for it no matter what. And if it whiffs entirely, he just teleports full screen. Judgment also does have a super special boss move. When you're on low health, you just charge back and then press forward in AB, and then you instantly kill them. This was not exactly the ending I had planned for this, but I feel like I should talk about it. While I was making this, actually, while I was writing stuff down, someone made a Mizuumi page for the game. At the moment, it is pretty bare bones. It's just this intro and then a UI page and a page on the controls. But it does have a community edition and a Discord on it. I don't know what either of those are like, but if you're interested, it might be worth checking out. Even if you don't, this game is fun enough that I think it's worth downloading and just messing around with it. You'll find nonsense that I couldn't, probably. There is just so much of it. And if you do, let me know somehow. I am genuinely interested in that. Go lab this game. Have fun with it. Bye.